Disclaimer, am not a licensed professional counselor. I just have been through a lot of shit and have been through some extensive trauma therapy. And I'm kind of working my way down the path of healing and living a more positive, better life. And so I have a lot of knowledge to share, just stuff that's worked for me. Good morning. I woke up in a very good mood this morning, so I feel good today. Content and just kind of chill. So it's a good day. Feeling a lot better since the last time. That's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. How did you work through it? I love it. I love to hear when people jump back in and they're feeling better than the last time they came in and stopped by. Just coming to grips that there are a lot of things that are out of my control. Yeah, that's such a tough lesson to learn, isn't it? It's definitely something that took me a long time to realize. You can't control anything outside of you, ever. The only things that you can control are you and your reactions and the choices that you make, right? It's a tough one to come to grips with. And I think to play into that factor too, a lot of us are feeling so out of control on the inside already that we try to control external things so that we can feel more control on the inside. And it's kind of a weird dichotomy because we're sitting here feeling so out of control on the inside, trying to control things on the external, but because we can't control things on the external and things aren't going to always go our way that way, it ends up having us feel more out of control on the inside. And it just is like it's a circle, keeps us stuck. Okay, now I have a question for everybody. What are your security blankets? Boz is hats. Yeah, I can see that. I think is hats too. He won't leave the house without a hat unless he's like gelled his hair up. Not sure what mine is, but I have a teddy bear I bring with me since I was a kid and I can't throw it away. That would be a security blanket. I think that qualifies. Feels good when I'm cuddling it. I think it's a sense of safety, honestly, when you bring it up to that. Like, my hair makes me feel safe. It's part of my identity. It's who I am. My family is emotionally abusing me and I'm in a bipolar depression, so that's life right now. I'm really sorry that you're having such a rough time lately, my friend. I'm really glad that you can be here with us, though, and maybe we can show you a little love and support. What is your opinion on websites such as BetterHelp? And this is a question because I have had some people come to me and tell me about using this avenue for therapy and not receiving the mental health care that they're paying for. If a clinician is not going deeper, then it sounds like they need to find a different counselor. Every clinician is different. I agree to a certain extent. I think the clinician should be asking their clientele what they hope to gain through being in therapy and try and find a way that best suits their client to get there. I am in a private practice and I want to go into the client's identity and what is driving those symptoms. Yeah, see, and that's my understanding of what effective therapy would be, right? Like, if you're going into therapy and you know that you're just going there because you need a place to vent and get things off your chest, but you're not really looking for the help in identifying what the issue is and working through that issue and all of those things, then why are you paying this person? It would be hard to offset that cost when the cost alone is so much added stress. And that's the part that really pisses me off too, is that I don't think mental health should be behind a paywall. Mental health is health. If you have poor mental health, you are physically going to suffer. And so the fact that it's like, I'm not saying that therapists aren't worth being paid the services that they're giving, just that I think we need better government practices in play, insurance, subsidies, what have you, to allow people who need this help but can't afford it to get the help. If a client does not jive with a counselor at our agency, we get them another counselor almost immediately. They go to the front of the line. That's a really good, I love that. That's a good policy. Because you need to feel, if you don't jive with a counselor, if you don't feel safe, if you feel like they're triggering you for any way and you're not feeling safe in your body or you're not comfortable with them, the therapy that you're receiving is not going to be effective. You're just going to be sitting in that room or over that Zoom call the whole time going, yeah, okay, whatever, right? Or being triggered or, and it's not going to be effective. It could do damage. You got to make sure your counselor jives with you and that the counselor can help you reach your goals and meet your expectations. So my parents do not believe in mental health, so they are more complying and shock. That's wild to me. And I'm really sorry that your parents feel that way. It's wild to me that people still don't understand that this thing up here is what drives this thing down here. And if this thing up here is sick, this thing down here is sick too. Because this thing is the thing that drives our body. It's wild to me that people don't understand. I don't get it. There is a really close connection between the brain and the stomach. They call the stomach the second brain. Yes, I've come to understand that too. It's interesting how the type of food that we put into our body disrupts the microbiome within our body. And that has its own effect and connects directly to the brain and tells the brain things. We defrag and do upkeep on our hard drives, but trying to get it for our built-in natural run way harder. 100%. We'll keep the brain in our computer healthy, running at optimal specs and performance. But the brain in our body can just go fuck itself, right? That's not important at all. That's a really good analogy. I like that one. Is that why I feel guilty whenever I eat? I spent the morning with a fellow streamer who lost their best friend. Oh no, I'm okay, but it was a lot of emotions to absorb from them. Yeah, I can understand. I'm proud of you for being able to be there and hold space for them. What do you do when you find yourself absorbing other people's emotions? How do you decompress from that? What's your go-to self-care after something like that? Laughter, of course. I also like massages and workouts. Well, I'm glad that you chose to come here for laughs. I'll let you pick on me anytime so that you can get a laugh. I will yell at you back for it, but it's all in love. Playful banter, I think. I've been struggling with having random nightmares out of nowhere. Oh well, I'll be okay. Random nightmares. Oh, I get how that feels. It makes you afraid to go to sleep sometimes. My nightmares used to get so bad that I would not be able to tell the difference between whether or not I was dreaming or I was awake. And when I realized I was dreaming, I'd wake up and I'd still be just as terrified when I woke up as if I was still in the dream. Like it's a whole trauma thing for me. My CPTSD caused insane night terrors. It's pretty bad. And because of that, insomnia, because I was too afraid to go to sleep. The way I healed that in myself, honestly, CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. It did wonders for my nervous system. 10 out of 10 recommend if you have the opportunity. You guys are all amazing, beautiful, kind, compassionate, genuine souls. And I love so much that we can all be here together and support each other and just fucking be who we are. I'm really so thankful that the people in my community, all of you wonderful, beautiful humans, are taking time out of your day to make sure that the other people in our lives are taken care of, are heard, are supported, checking in on them to help them feel and know and understand that they're loved and we're here and we got you. It makes my heart so happy. I love you guys so much. I love you. I love you. I love you. Bye.